Badass Boss Jen here. I wanted to just come to you real quick and say happy Fix and Flip Friday. I'm so excited to be here, and just let everybody know my job is to be badass, encourage and motivate you to start investing and being badass in real estate. And I want to just be able to come to you each and every day and share my knowledge and my expertise. So if you don't know who I am, what's up? I'm a Badass Boss investor. I've been investing in real estate and businesses for the last 15 years. I've really found out in the last, I would say, good 3 to 4 years that I truly am an expert in financing. So this is something I want to share with everybody. Why am I so good at investing in real estate? Why am I so good with financing? And how do I help others? And that's what I'm here to do. I've created a business called Badass Boss Creative. Not only do we invest in real estate, we buy businesses, but my passion and my goal and what I'm doing is I want to work with people. So I want to know what you do for business. I want to inspire and motivate your business. I want to pull them into my investment arenas and groups and masterminds. And I want to be able to promote not only what I do, but how do I work with you and how does everyone I work with you? So we're going to just talk about, because it's Fix and Flip Friday. So I love going through the things that I do best, which happens to be fix and flips and doing all things that have to do with real estate. So I'm going to share my screen with you real quick so everybody can see on our live that when you're investing in real estate or a business, you always have to have an exit in mind. So the first exit I would love to acknowledge with everyone when we're talking about real estate fix and flip. So found a property, we like it, we got it at a really discounted price, we can put money into it, renovation, fixing it, and then we can still sell it and make a profit. So flipping, which means we're not going to hold the property. So it is fix and flip, super exciting if you can make the money off of it, but you have to make sure even if what happened, if you couldn't sell it or you couldn't do something with it, could you still have someone rent that property, exit? Could you still somehow, some way sell the property? So that's where a DSCR comes in, debt service coverage ratio. These are traditional loans I've been doing, not really, we're calling them non-traditional, but I've been doing these loans for 15 years, you guys. We have a lot of people jumping into the scene saying, oh, I can do these. But really, I have been doing them as a professional. I am licensed in almost all the states throughout the entire country of the United States. But really, it doesn't matter if you're licensed, because I know a lot of people are licensed. You have to do them yourself. You guys, I personally use these on myself. Every property I get, I make sure that it qualifies for a DSCR loan if I need to turn it into a rental, and if that is because I can't sell it as a fix and flip. The market right now, you guys, we're in June 2025. It's weird. It is funky. I have one fix and flip I've sold in less than 30 days. I have one I've had for 6 months on the market. It's no amount of calculations and data can you get will help you with understanding why people, humans, will or will not purchase the property. So that's why I like to make sure I always have an exit. So I can turn this into a long-term rental, a short-term rental, a mid-term rental. Like, how do we recoup our funds that we put into it and hold it? And this is the beauty of investing in real estate, you guys, is you can always hold the property. Now, is it the best case scenario? Absolutely not. I have partners on this. They want to get their money out ASAP. I want to get my money out. I put $100,000 into this one, or actually way more than that. But there's just those scenarios. And the cool thing is even if we can't get it out now, we hold the property, we hold the asset, and you hold the asset until you can recoup your money. And people forget this because they've overextended themselves or whatever had come up. You need to make sure that you can be okay holding and renting the property and looking at all your options. I'm so grateful to be in a massive mastermind and community of investors. So I know that if a long-term rental won't work for a property, I can do it into maybe a co-living and make $1,000 a room. Can I turn to midterm rental? How can I make the best amount of money on my property? And that's paying myself and my other private investors as partners back. So now that we've gone over what it is, this is a DSCR. It's debt service cover ratio loan. Basically takes the mortgage payment, what your principal and interest payments are. We add our taxes, insurance, all the costs on the property. And we make sure that we're going to have a ratio or a percentage of 1% or higher. So if I take the revenue, how much money am I going to make the house if I rent it? What are my operating expenses, my taxes? Debt principal this year, like what is the debt principal I'm going to be paying? Here's the number. What's the interest? And this comes into understanding taxes. Being a mortgage professional and being someone that's been in finances for 15 years, I know taxes. I know how they're calculated. That is a entity that, again, as a professional helping others invest in real estate and understand the financing piece, please make sure someone that you're working with understands that, because that's how these ratios work. You can enter it into a calculator all day long, but if you don't know why you're entering that number, you're probably going to have a loan that doesn't close. So that's what this form is all about. We go through it. This is my, if you can see on the bottom here, this is a calculator I built. And so this is my Badass Mortgage Calculator. I calculate it so I can do any type of loan. Let's say we want a $500,000 loan here. Actually, I don't think it's going to let me do it with sharing the screen. But if we had that, and then what kind of interest rate do we have, and how is that going to correlate in? Now, you guys look at this interest rate. Look at that right there. Okay, do you see that? This happens to be another piece of my business, one of my businesses that I own, which is we are a portfolio owner. So partners and I have gotten together. We went and purchased properties, and we have super low interest rates. And now what we do is we do lease options. So for any mortgage clients over here that do not qualify or cannot qualify, we take them and we say, hey, why don't you still have an option to purchase a house? Why don't you do a lease option? And this way you can fix your credit, you can save your money, you can do whatever it needs to do that your traditional lending side has said no to, and still have an investment in the property. Because let's be real, you guys, as a renter, I've rented houses before. I even believe in renting. I rented houses and when I relocated to Phoenix, I also bought a house at the same time. No matter what I did to my rental properties, it still wasn't mine. I knew I was going to have to fix them. I knew I was going to have to clean them. I knew I was going to have to do all these things, which I would have much rather just done a lease option and then just not elect to lease it and just say, okay, I don't elect to lease this. I would be forfeiting my down payment. So you want to make sure you understand what your lease agreement is. But that would have been way more lucrative for me than just renting and throwing my money out the window. So I absolutely believe in giving people an opportunity to choose. Maybe a lease option isn't for everyone, but it could be, and it should be for most people, because life changes too. Everyone thinks, oh, I'm going to be here forever. I never really think that because I like to move, but most people think life changes. What if you need a bigger house? What if you need a smaller house? This is where lease option comes in. This is where my company and my partners have built a portfolio throughout the entire country to get people that don't or won't qualify for traditional mortgages to lease, and gives just a little bit more flexibility. So that's the second entity of the business that I do. And this is where all these calculators come in. I can now calculate if I'm an investor, I can calculate what you're going to look like if you lease it. We can do all comparable data, you guys. We pull everything out. I do a cost breakdown. What is it going to cost? How much am I going to invest in it? Am I going to get a profit or not? And these, again, are the functions and the benefits of truly working with a badass in real estate. So please let me know how I can connect with you. I'd love the opportunity to work with you. If, again, just reintroduce myself one more time. I'm Badass Boss Jen. I am a real estate investor and a financing expert, which means I can do all types of lending. You guys, if you want to buy your first property, are you a seasoned investor? You want to do investment property purchase? Anything in the traditional Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA, I can do, and my team have been doing it for 15 years. We definitely can help people and our success rate is 100% for 15 years. That's really good, you guys. And we also have private money connections. I have hard money lenders. Pretty much if there's a scenario that you want, I can help you finance it. And the best option with me is if we can't finance it, guess what? Now I can move you or your client over to our portfolio and you can lease something from us, so that way you still have an opportunity to start investing. I'm just so grateful to be here. Again, I'm part of Owners Club. It's a mastermind of the absolute top echelon of badass people that are investing in real estate, investing in our community, and helping people. I'm also part of private money investment clubs, and I've just been grateful enough to have an opportunity to do what I do at a high level. And like I said, I want to do it with more people. I want to coach you on it. I want to show you how I do what I do, so do it with me. And I'm going to be here. So thank you so much for joining me. I know this has been a quick live, but I did want to come to you on Fix and Flip Friday, go through a few things on Fix and Flip, show you how I do it, and invite you to join me, you guys. I'm going on Sunday the 15th. I do it on the 15th of every single month. We go through motivation, inspiration of how do you get past just starting, and motivation, inspiration of how do you just buy the business? How do you get your business functioning and up and running? And how can I help you do it? So I have coaching and masterminds that I host, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. So please join me the 15th. It's free. It's a Zoom. Get on my website, which is www.badassbossjen with 2 N's. And all the information is there. I hope to see you on the 15th. And if not, I hope to see you here live every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekend if there's something fun going on. All right, everybody, it's been a pleasure. And thank you so much for joining me, and do whatever it is that makes you your unique badass self today. See you later. Bye.